going to be a good day. What is going on? I have been thinking about things that I wanted to do on my channel for a while that I just haven't been getting to. And I've decided to get to some of those activities because I think they'll help everybody in the long run. And we can have some fun. So today we're going to do a little bit of soldering. I'm going to be talking to you guys about what my plans are. I'm trying to pick up a second solo, if I can, well, a third solo, I guess, because we already have two on the shelf. I got mine's the red one, hers is the weird transition-y color one up there on the shelf. So, but I've been wanting to hook a newer GoPro up to the solo and still have functionality, and so I've been really researching what I can do to make that a possibility for everyone. Sorry, I'm cutting some wires here, guys, and do it at an affordable price range, because I know everybody's like, oh, the GoPro Hero 4 sucks. It's just not very good. It was never very good. And I disagree. I think everybody's going to have their own take on this, but I disagree that the GoPro Hero 4 sucks. I think it was an excellent camera for what it was, especially at the time it was released, 2014, 2015, to be able to shoot in 4K at 15 frames per second and 4K at 30 frames per second in 2014. I'd say that's pretty good. Mr. Brooks, what is going on, sir? You are actually, there were two people in here, and you guys almost jumped in at the same time, so I don't really know who was first. But I'll be talking about what I'm doing here in a sec. I'm just cutting a few wires. I have my soldering gun on. I'll tilt my camera down in a minute so you guys can see what I have going on here. And I had to order another HDMI cable, and we're going to cut this. So, what is up, Roadkill? I'm back to messing with the solo again. It's been a while. It's something I needed to get back to. I've got the time to do it. I also wanted to talk to everybody about, I have 4 batteries, 4 BMSs, battery management systems, that are almost completed for the solo. I've already installed all of the 4S balance ports on there, soldered, heat shrink. These are almost ready to go. I'm still waiting on the heat shrink to come for this and the XT60 connector, and then these will be ready for 4S batteries. I will be selling these for $45 a piece. This will guarantee your solo can fly forever on hobby grade batteries without ever worrying about having to purchase new OEM batteries because no company is ever going to produce them again. So I have 4 of those almost ready to go. They will be $40 a piece when they're finished. If anybody would like those mailed to them, please get with me. My link is, or my email address is in the description of the video. So, E-Drone, what is going on? Michael Blade, what is happening? We're going to be talking about how I can get a GoPro Hero 4, 5, 6, and 7 to work on the solo, and have FPV, still be able to record, have the super smooth footage active, and take some incredible footage with an old bird, and still have almost full functionality. So that's what we're going for here. As you can see, I've already started my build process on my own personal gimbal system here for the solo. I'm trying to design the best option available for everybody if they choose to go this route. This is the original solo clip on the top here, and I wanted it to have some bounce and spring to it, so I went ahead and left the anti-vibration dampening pads on the top and the bottom, so it would give it a fair amount of ability to move if it needed to without feeling like it was crunched in there. And then I have my 2 relay wires over here on this side, my pinout connections, and then I'm getting ready to solder on a JST connector 2.0. So that's where we're at right now with this gimbal build, and then I will have to change the parameters in the solo, and we'll have some fun. Gets one for $65 a piece. I don't think you'd have to do that, man. Give big wave to E-Drone. So yeah, man, we're making some headway here. So like I said, I have 4 of these that are about to be completed. If you need a 3DR solo battery mod, these are from my personal stash of batteries. However, I have 5 or 6 more batteries left. I do not need to have like 10 of these things laying around. I can do just fine with 5 batteries. So I will be selling these other 4 off when they're completed for $40 a piece. Go ahead and just email me if you guys want one. We'll figure out how to send it. I know it's hard when it's overseas and all that stuff, but we'll make it happen, Captain. We'll do our best. So, all right, let's see what else we got here. E-drone and getting unemployment. Oh, dude, I wish I need to file for unemployment right now, honestly, because it's crazy. I haven't been to work in 3 weeks, and hey, man, you know your finances kind of disappear quickly. So I am keeping the YouTube channel alive. If I start feeling good enough to go out and do some Postmates deliveries to make up sort of some extra cash, I'll probably start doing that too. But yeah, I mean, 3 weeks, I've almost been out of work a month now. Even if I came back now, it'd still be 14 days before I could actually get another paycheck after I returned. So let's get this solder moving around a bit on here. There we go. There we go. All right, I got that turned up pretty high. We're going to go ahead and remove the solder that's on there, and I'll tilt this down. We'll do a little bit of soldering. So, yeah, man, I might be in for more surgery way sooner than I thought. We'll see, though. We will see. There we go. Get rid of that old solder. Let's clean off the solder head here. Always maintain the tip of your solder gun, guys. Don't ever let it just sit here and burn without fresh solder on it. That's really bad for it. Scrape it or brush it every once in a while. Make sure to keep clean solder on there. $2 for E-drone. And she really, yeah, no, he's, I don't know, man. He's out of his mind. And there's people actually defending him. I'm really surprised. I'm done. I don't have anything further to say to Xavier. I gave him my advice and I walked on the situation. So thank you for the super chat. Always helpful. Yes, Silvertop, you are coming at him pretty hard too yourself. I noticed. That's good. That's good, man. Let me tilt this down so you guys can see what I got going on here. Hopefully my camera doesn't slide out from underneath. You guys should be able to see pretty much what's happening here within reason. So I'm going to go ahead and put my shrink wrap on here now. Call it shrink wrap. That way I can solder these and we'll call it a day. And the solder I got sucks. So I'm still using liquid flux on this stuff, man. I'm kind of depressed I have to do this, but it is what it is. Okay. Let me see here. What do I want to solder this on? Let me pull up my phone so I can keep reading the chat here, guys. Give me 1 sec. Just going to pull up my channel on my cell phone. Pause this. Yeah, so Marvin C., what's up? Would love to use the gimbal off the Ghost. You know what, Marvin? No, don't. You can't. It doesn't work that way, man. It has to be a PMW-driven gimbal. You're like the 10th person, I think, that's asked me about that. And I just want to say I've seen other people attempt to do it, and they've burned out their solos and stuff, man. It's not even worth it. Don't even, like... Don't use it at all, Marvin. I apologize. I wish nobody had ever bought that thing. That gimbal is not PMW driven gimbal. So just, it's not worth your time. It's not worth your effort. Take that thing and throw it in the trash or part it out or try to figure out something else with it, man. Don't do it to yourself. That's yeah, no, man. That gimbal gets really, really hot, like stupid hot. So Floyd, what's up, man? So don't forget, guys, I'm going to keep plugging away at these here. I do have a bunch of these that are almost finished. I'll be selling 4 of these off for, $40 a piece. These are completed, almost completed 3DR Solo third-party battery mods. And they'll be ready for a 4S battery when it arrives at your house. So you'll just choose your battery, purchase your battery, and then send me $40 and I'll send that to you. And you'll be good to go. So... my email is in the description here. I got to find something to put underneath. I wasn't thinking. I got to find something to actually put underneath here. Let's see what I got. I don't know what happened to my soldering tin. I had a nice soldering tin. I don't know where that thing went. I got my lids over there. Okay, you know what? I think I'm just going to use this for now. We'll just set this up. It's just plastic. It's not going to hurt anything. I don't want to break the glass on the table, though, obviously. So let's get these apart if we can. And Ah, crotch cam. Yeah, nothing like some good crotch cam, man. Sorry, I got it tilted down, but jeez, oh Pete, what is the deal with this wire? It just does not want to play ball. There we go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get my solder gun ready over here. I'm going to put a tad bit of liquid flux on here. I'm going to try to pin this down with the other wire there. Dang it. You just stay there. There you go. Pop just a drip of liquid flux on there. There we go. The liquid flux, I know everybody's like, oh, cold solder joints and cold solder joints, blase, squaze, waze, taze. I'm good. It actually makes for a very clean solder, underneath and on top. Perfectly across the board. See what I mean? When you bubble it on there, it actually does both sides of the solder joint, which is really nice that it collapses so easily and just bubbles. So that'll work. I'll take it. I'll take it. Put some more fresh solder on the tip here. All right, now I'll get this one ready. There we go. One more drop. Boop. Makes for a nice bead of solder to just sit right on there and mold to it easily. Just like that. Now, if it had turned white, I might have been a little worried about it, but if you notice, it didn't. It's not, it doesn't even appear to be a cold solder joint to me, so I'm good there. All right. Let's push the shrink over it here. Shrink over it here. And now for the fun part, we'll get this out of the way. We'll go ahead and take my heat gun here. Boom. It's a beautiful thing, man. Suck it right to it. And now this is ready for the gimbal. This is ready to be installed on the Solo. I also got the third-party breakout board here, if you guys can see that. This is a pretty crazy thing that someone designed here. This actually allows you to plug right into the gimbal connector on the Solo, and then it has all the pinouts right here. So as you can see, if you get a gimbal, it's really easy to plug into 5 volt or 12 volt. I could have actually just put signal wires on here and tapped right into the 5 volt port, but I'm not going to. I want to run a JST connection, so we'll be using these for D and D minus and D plus, or we're going to be using them for URT, TX, and RX. And we'll see which one I actually find is necessary. I need to find out the mapping on this. So, but this is something new for the Solo that's been out for about a year now. This is meant to connect directly to the Molex version 1.0. So this is ready for installation on the Solo at this point. What I want to do is run it on the Hero 4 first, see how things go, and then we'll take this off, and then we'll put another camera on there. I have to wait for the HDMI cord that I ordered to come in. So we're going to go ahead and be running a GoPro Hero 5 on here if I can get my hands on one for a decent price. And then we're going to go for the GoPro Hero 7 because, geez, oh Pete, who wouldn't like to take the Solo and shoot with GoPro Hero 7 and still have gimbal controls? Tilt up, tilt down. It all has to be on a PMW-driven platform, which is what this is, though. But this is tuned by Basecam, so this one requires a little bit more work. The brushless motor set up, so this one actually has to be attached to Basecam. But as you can see, it looks fairly easy to install, and that's because it is. I left all the screws available for screwing right back into the Solo just like normal on all 3 sides. I decided not to glue it to this because I wanted the ability to have some play in here, and if I wanted to remove it and make this back to how it was, I could still do that. So I used zip ties and lightly crunched them down until the rubber was touching, and it actually gave me a really good form factor of looseness here so that it can actually shake and take the vibration. So I think this is going to be a really good setup, and should work pretty good. I would love to use my Solo with a GoPro Hero 7. Fact, Jack. And I want to make that a possibility for everybody else. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm back. Hi. It's good to see your beautiful faces. So now you see what the update is and what my new project I've put my mind to is. Let me unplug my solder gun so that I don't on accident warp my tip. Heat warp the tip. There we go. So, Mike Kong, what is going on? I see you over there doing your 360 vids every day, bro. I'm getting back into the solo again, and we're going to be working on the third-party gimbal system and having controls, but I want to be able to run GoPro Hero 5 and 7 on here if possible. So that's what we're setting this up for. This rig is ready to be installed on the solo, and I did buy the Molex pinout, the breakout board Molex pinout for the solo, which is actually really cool. If you haven't seen this yet, oh my gosh, my camera just does not want to focus today on anything close. Oh well. Good try anyways. So, you should appreciate my upcoming videos. I know that you used to watch pretty thoroughly when I was doing 3DR related stuff. And then when I stopped, you stopped watching. So, gotta get that 3DR support back, man. There we go. Put that back up there. All right, I put my knife away. Now that that's done, this can go back where that came from. Liquid flux goes back over here. I don't want to lose that little board. All right, we're good to go. Let's chat. So, who of you actually owns a solo? And if you don't own one, how come you haven't bought one yet? What's holding you back? Talk to me. Why have you not bought the best bird on the entire frickin' planet? Isn't that nice being able to go, well, you know, my Hero 4 or my Phantom 4 Pro can only shoot with this camera, so I'm kind of screwed. Whereas the solo, you can just go, oh, I'll just install a third-party rig and upgrade the camera. DJI, why aren't you doing this for your consumer-grade drones? What is stopping you? Proprietary is what's stopping you. That's the problem. Oh, nice. PA Flyer says he's got one. Oh, that is your picture, isn't it? Heck yeah. So, how many of you have done the battery mod that I came up with, what, like almost 2 years ago now? I think I came up with the battery mod 2 years ago. I think that was maybe a year and 8 months ago is when I first came up with the battery mod. And I understand it a lot better now. So if anybody's been listening to anybody else's advice on the battery mod, I thoroughly suggest that you don't do that anymore because I've learned a lot about it. I'm going to be doing a whole new write-up on the battery mod. So yes, that's what I like to hear. I know, man. Mike has too many of the damn things. I can barely get my hands on one. Dude, I got 2 of them, but I need another one. Everybody in Florida is still trying to sell them for $500 and $600, man. They're crazy. They're just, I'm sorry, I'm not going to pay that. It's a DIY platform. Though I love it very much, it's still a DIY platform. So I'm accepting questions now if anybody has any. So what do you think, Michael? Are you ready to? Matter of fact, you know, I'm just going to invite you in here, Mike. Floyd, you're welcome to. Anybody that's in here right now, if you want to jump in the stream for a minute and join me and just talk, let's do it. Can't find one at a reasonable price. That's the same problem that I'm having right now. My girlfriend bought hers for $80, and I already had a gimbal to go on it, so that worked out. Both of these have OEM gimbals, except I'm about to change my red one over to a third-party gimbal system. I like the Hero 4, but I would really like to start shooting with my solo and actual, better cameras that are more new age now. So I'm going to go ahead and change my OEM original solo over to all third party. I'm also going to be doing the M8N or the MRO. One of those, I'll be upgrading the GPS and compass on it as well. I think it's time that happens. I'm not going to be installing Open Solo because every one of you silly boys that installs Open Solo has a problem. My Solo functions flawlessly. I never did any of the upgrades. All I did was purchase Solex, and it doesn't have any issues at all. So my advice to you is stop listening to what those guys are telling you. You need to upgrade for no reason. Don't. Do not, unless you really want something out of your bird that you can't get from the stock firmware. Stop. Wow. Floyd, when you came in, you kicked me out of my own stream. I don't even know how you did that. That was interesting. Wow. Floyd, when you came in, you kicked me out of my own stream. I don't even know how you did that. Hey, interesting. Floyd, I can hear that you actually have a video playing in the background. You may want to pause your YouTube stream. I'm getting the echo back to the microphone.
Hey, Dan, you there?
I am here.
Sorry, my camera's all screwed up today.
That's all good, man. You can just do audio if you want to.
Yeah, how you doing, man? I never had a chance to talk to you.
No, I know. We communicate on the group until everybody got tired of me and kicked me to the curb and stole all my ideas and then rolled out.
Well, I do want to mention that I've been with DW about 3.5, 4 years now.
I know.
And Dan is the fellow that first came up with the battery mod. There's a fellow called RC Flyer that was screwing around with it and never really went to fruition. But
right.
DW got it right, put it together and flew it.
It is, actually, it was really weird how all that happened. I put out mine, and then it was, I had been messing with the idea, and then I put it out, and then like a week later, I saw some other guy who had been probably testing almost the same idea that I was. And then it started just kind of coming together. I started giving him advice. I was like, here, try this. If you haven't tried this, do this, and then this Wings High Aviation. Have you ever heard of this guy?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, he's been going around YouTube just telling everybody I steal all their ideas, and I'm not, like, it's just the goofiest thing I've ever heard of, man. I can't understand, man. I don't even care about the credit for it.
Your head's going to explode trying to keep up with the crap, Dan.
I know. That's why I said I don't even care about the I don't care about the credit for it. What really got me mad was when my 3DR group got taken over. And the worst part about it, I think, Floyd, is that I allowed it to happen by bringing John, Mike, and Chris in. Okay, and I brought them onto the battery mod idea because they had great information coming across, and we were all starting to work together. And then I got way too busy to run my group, and I said, hey, John, I'll give you admin status of the group. You can take over as long as you always constantly, progressively keep the group moving forward in a positive manner. Okay? And
gotcha.
From that point, he agreed. So I brought Mike on as a moderator, and I brought Chris Goodall on as a moderator, and I made John Brotherton the admin of the group, and that they share knowledge as they come up with it about the battery mod. That was the other stipulation I had thrown in there. I would like to have seen it get pushed further. Well, nothing ever happened. It never went anywhere. I actually convinced Tattoo, the company, to produce new 5,000 mile batteries for the battery mod. They were done. They were done making the 5,200 mile batteries. They were completely done. They weren't going to make anymore. I reached out to them and I said, hey, we really need these. And the company agreed to it. I even brought one of their reps into the group to show them that there was a ton of interest in it. And then I got all these new, and Floyd, the worst thing is that nobody ever said thank you. Nothing. I got screwed completely out of everything. all of it. I just got the raw end of the dick of the deal. You know, it was so nuts how all that went down.
Matter of fact, I didn't know about that. If I can interrupt for a second, Dan,
Yeah.
I didn't know about the group until you mentioned it just before you left, and
Mm-hmm.
that's I went over and I joined the group, and I like the technical aspects of it and everything. And you kind of had a falling out, you know, with who invented this, how invented that, who printed this up, and I didn't get the bottom line of what happened in that whole deal.
It wasn't even really that. It was the fact that I came back in and this was 3 months after I gave the group to John. I was so busy I didn't have time to mess with it. And I came back in and I started reading through the posts and I was like, where has this group gone? What is happening to this group? You know, why aren't we still on the battery mod? Why aren't we solving the big issues that need to be resolved? Like this was what this group was started for, not making money, right? I didn't want this to be a money oriented thing. I wanted this to be a place where everybody could come help each other and further it. And when I started asking questions about the battery mod, they started ignoring me. And that's when I realized something was going on. I didn't like it. I was unhappy with how things were going. So I reached out to John and I said, hey, John, what's the deal? Silvertop, Bradley, give me 1 sec. I'll be right with you, okay? It's good to see you, buddy.
Hey, Silver.
Um, and I started, you know, saying, hey guys, we are going like this group. I went back and I made a master comment. I said, you know, I gave this group to these guys with the notion that everything was going to continue moving forward in a positive manner, but I see that everything is stalled. Nobody's doing anything with this group right now. And they said, well, what do you want us to do? And I said, well, the idea was to keep testing the mod to get it better and better until we have perfect results and then share those results with everybody. You guys just gave up. You just walked away. And then when I started asking questions, you started ignoring me. Yeah, I'm upset. I'm just slightly mad that you guys, oh, we've already solved the battery mod. That's what they said. They've already solved the battery mod. When were you going to share that information with me? How did I get left out of that? I thought that was part of our stipulations of giving you the group.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
what
I'm
happened?
not sure what happened, Danny, but you know, I witnessed the whole thing, and you know, you worked your ass off on that.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So I just walked away. I just gave up the group, stopped hanging out in any of the 3DR solo groups. I got back to what I know, and that's my channel, and I'm having fun doing it. If they don't like it, whatever.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I'm glad I'm still a member here. You know, you know, belong to that group now, and I get a lot of information, especially from new members,
Uh
and
huh.
you know, and they've organized things, and everything's written down in literature now, and pictures,
Hmm.
stuff like that. There's still a lot of your material in there, starting with the battery burning.
Yeah, yeah. The problem is the battery mod is still wrong in the write up. It's still inaccurate information, and I'm not going to correct them. I've
Yeah,
already had a bunch of people reach out to me and say that the new write up destroyed their batteries. I'm not. I help those people when they reach out to me, but I'm not. I'm not going to correct their information. I'm going to let them sit on this one. This is something they chose to do, and now there's consequences for actions when stuff like this happens. So I
yeah.
just,
You
you
start
know.
playing with a battery of that capacity, as you know, Dan, and
Hmm.
you don't isolate the hot lead, and you know you get a short, you might as well just throw it out in the driveway.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that's, I also tell everybody these are very dangerous, dude. I got 3 of these things sitting on my table right now that are about to be doused in salt water.
Most people
So,
do not know the ramifications. I was just to interject that Silver. I'm going to be out of here in a second, so hang on, man.
Take your time,
Anyway,
brother. Take your
Dan,
time.
I had a ghost drone three. I mean, a ghost drone two, and it was it's just like it's almost identical to the 3DR Solo. I swear some of those guys helped with that. It's just identical. The battery's identical, Dan.
hmm,
And so I've got a cell that's not coming up to the top when I charge it. So I put
right.
it on trickle charge, and I left the house and I come in and I smell smoke and I go in the kitchen. I got a fire on
Yep.
top. I had it on top of the microwave all the way to the ceiling. It's scorching the ceiling and everything. So
Yep.
I grabbed it with a mitt. I threw it on the ground and I decided, well, that won't do. So I grabbed it and threw it outside. I was taking white dust and crap off everything for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, man, they're bombs, dude.
I
They're
had a
bombs waiting to go off.
trickle charge on this thing, Dan, at a couple milliamps. It was just absolutely incredible. So I just wanted to warn your viewers if they haven't been there, don't wait for your first fire because it might
No.
it might be your last.
Well, and that's why I offered. So anybody that still needs to do the battery mod, and don't get me wrong, you have to. You don't have a choice. You keep flying them OEM packs, you're going to lose your drone.
Oh,
Okay,
absolutely.
they're 5 years old. There's no new batteries coming out for the Solo. If you want to keep flying it, you talk to me. I have no problem with that, or I'll walk you through how to do it properly.
Yep.
Okay, but don't go into it thinking that it's easy and it's something that everybody can do. You got to have a slight skill set, and you got to be very careful when taking the battery out. If you puncture the battery, it is just an absolute time bomb waiting to go off.
You got that
Okay.
right. Dan,
It will.
I'm not going to leave, but I'm going to back out of here and listen.
Yeah.
Let your stream continue without me monopolizing it, and say
You're
hi to
good.
Silver there. It's good to talk to you, Dan.
You too, Floyd. So, Bradley, talk to me.
What's up, Dan?
What's
going
going
brother?
on, man? You got some good internet today.
I do have some good internet. I'm on a Wi-Fi hotspot, as a matter of fact.
Ah,
And
very
I'm
nice.
actually here at home on my laptop. I finally got it hooked up.
Oh, you got a little robot-y there for a sec. Let's see if it comes back in for you.
I'm sure it will, and in and out. Like I said, I'm on a Wi-Fi hotspot.
Yeah.
Sounded like
So
a
I just wanted
YouTube.
to see and, I appreciate your work. Don't give up.
Oh
I heard
no,
you say
I'm
something
not
about giving
kidding.
up. Don't you dare.
I'm not giving up. I'm just done with the groups, dude. I'm not giving up. I'm over the groups. It's just such a negative place to hang out. Everybody's always snide and they all go back and forth with each other. And if somebody doesn't like somebody says and they troll them, it's like it's just the silliest. I don't understand, man. I don't know what happened to the helpfulness of the groups. It's almost better just to go in there and just read posts and not answer or talk to anybody. Like that's the reality of the Facebook groups. Like just go in there, read what you need. If you have to ask a question, try to make sure you don't sound completely stupid when you do it, because everybody will troll the crap out of you. Like, "What are you, an idiot, bro?" You know, it's like,
Yeah, I'm pretty much an idiot.
disgusting, man. It's disgusting the way people get treated in the groups now. So I don't know, man. I've had my fair share ups and downs between YouTube and Facebook. I think I've just had my fair share of this hobby. I love it to death, but I'm done with people. You know, like that's really it. I can't. I don't even like to share my stuff anymore unless it's through a YouTube video. That way there's no questions as to where it came from, who came up with the idea, who created it, none of that stuff. I don't want to hear any of it, you know?
Don't worry about it. We know who does what, believe me. We know.
It's documented. It's documented. That's how I look at it. It's time stamped and documented. So
I'm gonna show you one thing, and I'm back on out of here. We got to go get the kids and raise cane. So check this out. If I can get it in frame, I can't get it in frame. There it is.
Gregory just. Sorry, one sec, Silver's up. Gregory, just my email address is in the description of the video. Send me an email and we'll talk, okay? Go ahead, Silver. Sorry.
I was just telling you, we're going to go get the kids. I wanted to hop in. You invited me last night. I needed to do it. So I wanted to say hello and tell you to keep on keeping on. I got you back.
Oh, yeah. No, dude, I'm still super supportive of everybody on here, man. I may not. Listen, here's the thing, and I get this all the time. People get really upset that I don't come to their channel on a daily. Let's put things in perspective for you. I'm subscribed to like 5,000 people. It is mathematically impossible for me to make it to all of your channels on a daily basis and show support. Okay, I do what I can.
It's almost impossible for me, and I have like a fraction of what you have. You know, so I know. Believe me, I know. Anybody that has over 400 subscribers knows there's no way possible.
Normally, if you subscribe to me, it means I've subscribed back to you. So I have a ton of subs, man. You know, right. If you make your presence known and you're in my comment section, odds are I have subscribed to you. Okay. And I show support when I can. I'll go through my subscriptions. I'll try to at least make contact with 8 to 10 videos a day. You know, Absolutely. It's just something that I can, that's the extent of what I can do. You know, being down right now, it's a lot easier because I'm not at work, you know, so it's a little easier for me to keep up with everything going on. So, but yeah, when I'm at work, man, I do what I can. I try to make at least 10 to 15 videos a day, say hi, watch your content, support you, you know. So don't take it personal if I don't stop by in like a month. It may take that time to recirculate, you know?
No, not at all. I'll leave you with this. If I take care.
All right. Later, Bradley.
Bye-bye.
Now, Floyd, you're still in here, yeah?
Yeah, Dan,
Oh, okay.
I'm hanging in. I'm probably gonna I gotta run down the street for a few minutes, but I'll just leave the computer on. Hopefully, you'll still be on.
Yeah. I didn't know if you were just listening there or you were on the stream or what you were doing. I didn't know if you couldn't figure out how to get out or how you. It's just like, well, Floyd's still in here. Okay.
Well, I'm here. You know, I don't know. Is it too obtrusive to be in here if I'm
No,
not speaking, or just should I watch
no,
on
no.
YouTube, Dan?
No, you're good. It doesn't really matter. I mean, if you can weigh in and you're listening and you want to say something, that just makes it all the easier, doesn't it?
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I'll be on when I get back then.
Yeah. Sounds
I'll
good.
see if I can get my cam working.
Okay. Yeah, Gregory, that's the easiest way to do it, man, is just reach out to me through email. Like I said, I have 4 of these. They're almost done. As soon as they're done, I'll be sending them off to whoever it needs to go to. It's probably going to be $5 to $7. I would assume if you want it fast, it's going to be $5 to $7 for shipping, roughly, to get it within probably 3 to 5 days. So make sure that you take that into consideration when you send the money. You're going to do 40, and then whatever the shipping cost is. I assume priority mail is going to be $5 to $7. If you don't want it fast and you care about snail mail, it's probably like $2.30 or something to send one of these off. It'll take probably a week and a half or 2 weeks to get there, but that's up to you, man. I'll make a decision based on what you send. So, but yeah, so this is it, man. This is the next step for the Solo. I saw Steven Schinderwolf doing third-party gimbal stuff. Oh, no, he used the original gimbal with the Hero 5, I want to say, because I don't know how he plugged into the 5, though. Floyd, do you know Steven Schinderwolf? If he's still in here. RDV, what's up? RDFPV, what's up, Bradley? What's up? He's actually gone, man. But retracts. Yeah, actually, Mike, I want to get with you about that. I've been thinking about doing retracts. If you're still in here, Mike, I would love to talk to you about doing retracts. I know you can do it on the stock cube. I really don't want to transfer over to green cube if I can avoid it. And I certainly don't want to run an open solo because it seems like there are still so many problems with open solo. Anyways, hey, Floyd, do you know Steven Schinderwolf?
I don't, Dan.
Okay, I think he's in one of the groups. If you happen to ever come across him, it's a name you can't really forget. Steven Schinderwolf. It sounds really weird, but I think he's the one that did a breakout board, and I want to know where he got that breakout board. He doesn't answer his YouTube channel.
Yeah, there's a place called Brownie Boards, Dan.
Yes, and that's where I got this one, the tiny breakout board for the gimbal, the Brownie boards.
Yeah,
but
they now have the breakout board for I believe, the breakout board for the access panel on the bottom.
Really? For the extension bay?
Yep.
No kidding.
Yeah, check them out.
Okay, I will have to do that. That would be awesome.
Brownie, if anybody else is interested, Brownie, or they even know what we're talking about, brownieboard.com.
Yeah, no, that's true. I lost a bunch of people once all the big talk stopped. It's like we're down to like 9 or 10 now.
What Dan's talking about is a really nice. It gives you access. It's your link to the inside of the Solo.
Right.
Dan can do his aftermarket gimbals and actual bait drops, anything else you want.
Yep. Yeah, I was wondering, does that apply to the retracts? Do you know? Can you use the extension port for retracts? You can, really.
All you need to do is get access to the PWM pins. Then you can just go into Mission Planner, hook up the Mission Planner, which any Solo will do, even if it's completely dead nut stock like yours.
Right.
Hook up, you just go in and you change the
parameters.
The parameter, and bang, you're ready to go.
Bam. That's what I like to hear.
The default is holding the pause key steady instead of just tapping it for a pause.
Right.
Down steady, and the retracts will toggle up or down
Ah,
instead of the bird pausing.
guys, are you listening to this? This is why the 3DR Solo is God. Good luck doing that with your DJI products, unless you're buying the Matrice or something like that, and you're going to spend $50,000.
Or an Inspire for $3,000.
There you go, or yeah, something like that. You know,
I'd rather spend my $200 on the
on
bird
a,
and
right.
$35 on the retracts.
It's such a you can't explain this to people that just don't understand though. They think DJI is just top dog, and it's like, dude, there's so much more to be had out of this drone thing. Like
Absolutely.
you're so limited by that proprietary basis that once you actually branch out and you get a taste of open source, it's like, oh, this is incredible.
Yeah,
What? Why did I could have never had to upgrade my drone. I could have just kept buying parts and putting them on. It's
yeah,
like,
base bird is still 3DR's base bird is still the Solo.
yep,
Still a Solo. In Europe, they're using them in swarms to do
dude.
all kinds of crazy stuff. They're sending 30 3DRs up at the same time and just positioning them over a field and getting one perfect picture. Bang! Everybody come back now.
I forgot that they have swarm mode now.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's killer. And I assume that's connecting what through the Mav link. How are they doing swarm?
I think they're doing it right through the 2.4 link, Dan.
Really?
Yeah, you can still adapt them for the Mav link, which is 800 megahertz as opposed to 2.4 gigahertz.
Right. Oh.
Yeah,
See,
there's
even
not much you can do with it, and you're limited by the battery time, unfortunately.
truth. Actually, I damn it, I wanted to talk about this earlier. I think really the reality is we lose so much more battery life to the fact that the Solo is out of balance.
Oh yeah.
Having the gimbal attached to the front the way it is,
Yep.
is actually taking a lot more power than you think to keep
Just to
it
stabilize. Yep.
to stabilize, right? And if you could just center mass the gimbal on the bottom.
But you do it with more weight, and you're beating a dead horse.
Well, and that's the thing though. I think the only way to truly do this would be to take the gimbal, and the problem is you're going to have to do retractable legs if you decide to go this route,
Sure.
because the retracts are going to have to be center mass as well. So it's all going to come down to basically center of gravity, or CG. You're going to have to tie a string to the Solo and slowly slide it through the loop to see where the battery and the legs and everything measure out at.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have to put the gimbal right dead center in the middle of that, and then attach it to find that exact CG output of the Solo.
Yeah, it'd be nice to be able to attach everything to the CG, but then you're putting stuff on top of it. The guys
I know.
cameras are doing the top of the bird.
But see, that's the thing though, is like, I feel like you don't have to worry about that if you could just get the gimbal and the battery in CG, just perfect CG with each other, and then the retracts right in the center, same point. I think if you did that, you could probably gain probably 4.5 to 5 minutes of flight just by doing it properly.
And dead nut stability.
Right.
It would sit there right in the air like a ping pong ball with no gravity.
Man, dude,
That's called an Inspire, Dan.
Yeah, right.
So you got guys like us that want to spend $300 total on everything and have a bird with retracts and a camera that'll do 360 and all kinds of stuff.
Yep.
Say with a Solo. I mean, so watch Dan. He takes you right through the battery mods.
I never really got into all the other stuff. I didn't care about PID tuning and all that ridiculousness that you get from Green Cube. That meant nothing to me. I don't think any of that's even necessary. I don't even think the Green Cube was necessary, honestly, once they figured out the 5-volt mod for it.
They did, Dan. They went a little further than that with the new the newest Open Solo is 3.0, the newest stable Open Solo. They also have a beta 3.7 that they had a little problem with, so they reverted back to 3.0 for the time being. But that's going to address everything, including the voltage sag problem with the the 3.3 to 5 volt differential problem that they were having. So that does everything, and it does it in software by limiting the current to the motors. So the Green Cube does a very, very similar thing. Okay, So basically, they're making it obsolete except for a little bit of top end performance.
Right.
The green cube allows bursts of power to go to the motors instead of a constant current, which causes problems. So that's the way they handled it, to two different ways. But the new 3.4 and ultimately 4.0 Open Solo, which they claim is going to be extremely stable. Of course, as I said, they're still beta testing 3.7.
Right.
It sounds like some good things are on the horizon if they ever get that done. But in the meantime, you can stay dead nut stock, stock.
Yeah, I never saw the point. Like they weren't doing anything that interested me
Well, the
with
only
all that.
the negative thing, Dan, that you may consider is that if 3DR decides to take down their server,
Sure.
you got a brand new in the box Solo. What's the first thing it does? It looks for the update.
Yeah. Right.
And you're not going to get one.
2.4. All right. 2.4.2.
You got to open up your controller. You got to take the cards out. You got to flash them yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to put them back in both, which is not as hard as it sounds, but it's a pain in the butt.
Very true. Yeah, you're talking about the TX and the RX. I remember this little black SD card in there, right?
Yeah. So if the server goes down, you're screwed. The nice thing the positive thing about Open Solo, and I'm not pushing either. The nice thing about Open Solo is that if anything goes wrong and it locks up or you brick it, all you do is reset everything and it loads its own image. That's where you were last time. It's pretty cool.
True.
But Matt Lawrence does a lot of work on that.
I thought, you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to actually reach out to 3DR and see if they would be willing to give up the 2.4.2 for Google Blast without having to connect to the server. I'm curious if they would be willing to let it go as a flashpoint, like a flash drive release.
Yeah.
I will make you, because then I can just say, it's you guys could cancel at any time. And I don't want to do that, because then I'll be like, oh man, there's probably still a lot of people that run on the standard Solo app instead of Solex. Because let's face it, $29.99 is a lot of money. Most people don't want to spend that on an app.
Sure.
But they also don't understand how much work Kelly put into it. And Kelly did an amazing job with the app, and he caters to everybody, not just the Open Solo guys and the Green Cube guys, but he also still caters to the OEM people that are still rocking stock.
He's a terrific guy.
So he is, and I've never had a problem with Kelly. Out of all the other guys, I've never had an issue with Kelly. Kelly was always willing to hear everything I had to say and then give me a good answer based on what I came up with.
Right.
So there are things I would still like to see. For instance, live streaming. I found a way to do it a while ago, but now that's kind of not good anymore. I would love to see real base time live streaming from the Solo.
Right.
I think it is a really nice thing to be able to do that, through your.
You can do it. You can do it, but you can't have any telemetry on it, which is always nice. Okay.
Right, which I honestly wouldn't care.
There's an HDMI port, a micro HDMI port right on the top, as you're probably aware of the transmitter controller, and you can come right out of there and just go HDMI into or adapt it to HDMI to USB, and then use that video any way you want, including plugging it directly into a pair of HDMI goggles, which you could pick up for about $40.
Right, which is how I actually fly a lot of the times. I plug them in. Well, they're hanging up there. You can see them. I have the micro HDMI cable right there. I plug into the top of the transmitter and then run it right into my goggles and fly that way. It's the same thing I do with the Parrot Bebop too.
You can get the Skyview goggles, which were 3DR's primary.
$49.99.
$49. I got them for $29.
Nice.
They
nice.
are. It's like a theater, Dan. If you ever look through.
Oh, sure.
You can plug it into your laptop or your tablet. Everybody ought to look for those. The Skyview goggles. My God, you watch a movie on those, you think you're there.
Now, see, that's the fun thing about my little. Those were $360, I think, when we bought those goggles.
Right.
And they are the same thing. But there's two lenses that, once you stare through it, pulls the image together. But that's the same principle. I'm still seeing a movie theater inside of there.
Yep.
And those show in 1080, I want to say. So they're good enough. They're good, giving me basically what the Skyview would, except I can use those for multiple different things as opposed to just a plug-in or just an HDMI port.
Sure.
And that's why I like having the FPV goggles. I've gotten so used to them that when I put a pair of box goggles on, a headset like that, it's like, oh my God, these are luggy.
Yeah, really.
God, these things are huge. You know, when I pull my little goggles down, I'm like, oh, so much better. My face can breathe. Everything about this is nice.
Hey, Danny,
Yeah.
I got to get out of here. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good, man.
Thanks for the time, man.
Not a problem. Mikey, what is up? Facebook me. Thanks. Okay, we can do that. Does anybody else have any questions while I'm in here? Oh, okay. Floyd dropped. Mikey, why don't you just come in here for a sec, man? Exit. Paste. Enter. Give me 1 sec, y'all. I have to go see what my lady's up to real fast. I may have just prematurely dropped that link and I may have to go here, but we'll see what happens. All right, I'm back. I got about 20 minutes. Possum, how did I know you were going to come in here, Mr. Noah?
I don't know. Maybe magic. Yo, drop a like on this video right now and you'll have good luck for 50 years.
That's a heck of a deal. I think I like that.
And if you don't like the video right now, a mutant creeper will be in your bed tonight.
That's pretty awkward. As long as it's Barney, if I'm going to put down a mutant creeper, it's got to be at least be a purple dinosaur.
Dude, do you not play Minecraft?
Me?
Yeah.
No. No, heck no. That's
Oh
kids,
my god, bro.
Kids game. Kids game.
Did you just say kids game?
Kids game.
I have seen a couple thousand adults play this game.
All right.
And I'm sure
Gregory.
there's more out there.
Greg, I just want you to know I got your email. I just got 2 pings. So I do understand, Greg. Like I said, I still have to wait on a few parts to come in before I can send this to you. So I got to finish it, and then we'll work on that. They need XT60 connectors put on there, and then they need to be shrink wrapped, and I'm going to recalibrate them before I send them to you. When you're done, you just have to choose your battery. It'll look like this. That's what a finished one looks like. Get yourself a Velcro strap, put it inside the Solo, and you got a home built battery. When this battery is toast, just unplug it, pick a new battery, plug it back in, you're good to go.
Bro, what I mean by mutant creeper is, let me just flip this. That'll be in your bed tonight if you don't like the video right now.
Somehow I'm not really scared of that. I feel like my Lego guys would defend me that I sleep next to on my bed.
Oh, true. They just step on it and they'll die.
Yeah. Yeah, somehow that doesn't worry me in the slightest. Actually, I think I would just pull out a box cutter and be like, you ready for this? Well, it is a box, right? It's like a box with a face.
True.
True.
Actually, no. You're right. That wasn't scary at all.
No.
Let me find something that'll be even scarier that will be in your bed if you don't like the video.
I would slice him up with a knife more commonly known as the knife of exact zero.
Even this?
I don't know. She looks doable. Oh, man.
You scare me, Dan.
I scare you. Oh, I'm just a fun guy, that's all.
Well, I started going back to school just recently, and I found out I have a few transgender kids in my school and a few gay kids, so that's fun.
Like
Yeah.
made the full switch transgender, or confused about their gender?
No, like there's this kid, skinny. Like, you know how some dudes are really skinny?
Is that a stripper name?
No, like this dude is skinny and he puts on makeup every morning.
Yeah.
Goes to school, doesn't care what people say. Quite frankly, it's gross.
Well, to each his own, man. If people want to think they're dudes and they're chicks and they're chicks and they're dudes, let them do what they want to do, man. It doesn't affect you in the slightest, does it?
It's annoying to look at. No offense to any nice
Do you,
people out there.
do you know what the best thing about being offended is?
What?
Nothing happens. So what? You're mad. Get over it. Nothing happens.
Sure.
Think about it. Think about it from that perspective, and then you'll realize getting irritated about little things doesn't even have anything to do because you can't change it. There's nothing you can do to change it, so you know. Yeah, wisdom. Boom. 32 years of it.
Yeah, you say 32 years of it, but you've only used it for about, like, what, 15?
Hey, I was doing mathematics when I was popping out, bro. Oh, Andrew Shivafax. Is Mikey still in here? No. I'm gonna reach out to Mikey here. Mikey wants to know if I can meet him somewhere at
Hold up, boys.
the B&R, B&ER, whatever. Dude, should I FPV? How sick would that be? Should I FPV the water my first time flying acro over water? Does that scare me? That scares me a little bit. All right, let's see if we can find Mikey. Mikey Brennan. All right. He said, I got a job. I think that was our last message. Oh, Possum Pranks dropped for a sec. Don't forget, guys, feel free while I'm on here to ask questions. I'm not going to be on here much longer. Me and my girlfriend are about to go to the store. Stop. See what he says. Oops, what is happening? Need to check with the GF first. Bam. There we go. Yeah, we'll see what he says in a sec. Have another drink, right? Yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, coming up, we're doing the roulette health challenge, man. I've got some worms that we're going to be putting under a bucket. These are going to be tasty. I got the world's hottest ramen noodles by Yum Soy Yum Yum Company. TMS Ghetto, what's going on? So I got.
Sorry about that, guys. Or, sorry about that, Luke.
Okay, so I got 5 Carolina Reapers. Fresh, mind you, fresh Carolina Reaper pods. I have the world's hottest ramen noodles, and I have these bugs that we'll be eating. However, with that being said, this is the health challenge roulette, which I'll be starting probably next week. I have what?
All right, so what I was thinking is, you know what juicers are, right?
Uh-huh.
So get a juicer and blend those, or put those hot peppers into the juicer,
Mm-hmm.
and then get a bunch of other hot stuff and let it soak through, go into the juice. Then top it off with a few mealworms and challenge video 101.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to grind up 5 fresh Carolina Reaper pods. Just doing one
Only
would
one.
probably close off your esophagus and kill you instantly.
Wait, hot stuff can kill you?
3 million Scoville heat units? I'd say so.
I didn't know that was actually possible. That's
Those
crazy.
ramen noodles up there are 1 million Scoville heat units. They're actually 1.2 million Scoville heat units. Hey, let me ask you a question. Do you think that a jalapeno's hot?
Yeah.
That's only about 168 Scoville heat units. I think they're actually closer to 1,500 Scoville heat units, but somewhere around that mark. But just to give you an idea of the punishment factor that I'm about to go through. So let's say they are 1,200 Scoville heat units, okay? On the low end of things, right? 1,200, 3 million. How many times can you put 1,200 into 3 million?
Or a lot.
A lot of times. So that tells you how hot one of those peppers is. I think just eating the pepper itself is probably punishment enough.
Not even the whole pod. Just do half a pod and top it off.
Yeah, or we could just eat the things because I don't want to die. Medicated Fred, he's in here. I sent Medicated Fred 2 toes of Satan, I believe. Didn't I, Fred? Was that you? I'm pretty sure I sent you 2 of those.
Yo, drop him a link for the SteamYard and we'll see him in the cam.
Yeah, he doesn't ever come in. I always invite him, but he never comes in. I'll send him an invite. Guarantee he's going to say he's busy.
Come on, bro. Don't do that.
Never. He never comes in. Steven, would you quit letting Justin Bieber in here? Dude, you just got called Justin Bieber, bro. I will say that at least you're not so awkward this time around. You're getting better. You're progressively able to be on camera. It's getting smoother for you. You're not as scared of the camera anymore, which is good. Just remember, you're talking to friends and people. You know, see, I'm on vacation.
Hold up, bro. I'm at 21%. Wow.
I don't know what that means. Your battery?
Yeah.
Andrew said a lot. Yeah, 1,200. Actually, here's how we're gonna do this. Let's. Did Mikey send me a
What is
message?
happening
He
to
said,
my
okay,
freaking game, bro?
here's what we're gonna do. How many SC is a
Bro, this game is so broken. Look at these physics.
jalapeno? Okay, how many cc's is a jalapeno? Okay, so here you go. This will give you an idea. Wow, why is he? What the heck? Why is he bouncing? Oh,
That's a girl.
okay. But my
What's
bad.
up, Andrew?
Oh, sorry.
What the heck? Andrew, what is going on?
That's a girl.
Andrew. Sorry about that.
You actually got to pause the YouTube stream in the background because we can hear the audio of it coming through your microphone.
I haven't got anything on.
You actually got to pause the YouTube stream in the background because we can hear the audio of it coming through your microphone.
Oh, sorry. I haven't got anything on.
Yeah, I can hear it.
I know.
It's pretty bad.
It's gone
Yeah.
now.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. It's the
No,
first
you're
time I've ever been on here, so I'm just saying that I watched. This is like first time for me because it doesn't normally let the UK to the US.
Oh, join.
In the the live streaming.
Right.
Right, so I put loads of comments on there, and you responded to them, but sometimes you said things on certain videos I wanted to get out, but I couldn't.
Oh, you're good. Feel free, man.
With a solar, and if you remember, I said that you remember when you made the modification, right? Actually, and you did that little video thing. That is actually quite easy because it would have cost a lot of money for me to send them batteries to you for you to do that, and then you showed that few minute video of how what it's pretty well simple,
Right.
you know. So that saved me a good few quid there, you know.
Well, that's the whole thing. Is that,
I did say there was no real logic in sending it to the US
right.
to do that. I could have just, why then I'd have just taken the circuit board out and just sent the circuit board. But then I thought, well, look, it's just a bit of soldering and just like, yeah,
Right.
you made it plain, simple,
Yeah.
easy. And it was, yeah, I did it done about 45 minutes of my own time, steady.
Sure. It does.
Perfectly fine.
It takes about 35 minutes to do one if you move quick. You know, it's tedious. If you're not twisting the wires and you're actually soldering and shrink wrapping, it's about 35 to 40 minutes to do one.
think, you know, like if you've got all the equipment and you've got
Yep.
the bags where you got like multiple, you got loads of them.
Mhm.
So if you all set them all outside of each other, you could do quite a lot all in a space of a little amount of time. But for me on my own, it's actually quite a task.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is. Right when it comes
Well, I tried to make it as easy as possible for everybody, even people without, soldering tools. I just showed them how to direct wire it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can twist it if you want to here, but yeah, at some point when it comes to the power lead, the 14.8 volt transfer rate actually needs to be soldered. You can't just stick an XT60 connector on there and twist it. You know what I mean? Like it needs to physically be soldered.
I noticed with the thing, I mean, I live in a town center, right, which, you know, as is a no-go area, as in any place or wherever you live on the planet. If it's a town, it's considered a no-go area, as what I know it. I mean, the laws have got so bad now where like I saw you guys and you were going through your maps, right, of like the areas like where you can fly the thing.
Oh yeah, it's horrible.
And now like where you can actually fly the drone when the time is available and stuff like that. So I thought, well, it's telling me I can actually use it across the road where the main train station is. It's got a beautiful car park and everything, really big. But also, there's a cell tower there, right?
Right.
Opposite, right? So I thought, oh, well, this is going to be a really bad idea. So I actually went up with the bebop, right? And it just went off, right? Yeah.
Hello.
But I went out with the solo, and the solo, right, flew around that thing like as if it didn't even know it was there.
Yeah, it doesn't.
If it was because I wasn't in GPS before I took off. You know, whether I actually calibrated it or not, I just seem to just basically go to where I normally go and just with them and thinking that this is quite a big area. I go early hours in the morning, so there's nobody around. There is no trains running or anything like that. So, you know, this is like it's little with all lampposts and stuff like that. I'm thinking, may I have a little shot here? And I seem to come to like some kind of barrier with the solo, right? Where I seem to get like as if I'm trying to get the solo to come back towards me, and it seems to just stop wherever it is. It just seems it won't come towards me, and I'm trying to push forward to lean it, or let the throttle down a little bit and then throttle it to try and lean it more, right? Because I was thinking, well, there's no wind. Why is it stopping? Right? Why is it not? It's going every other direction, but it will not seem to go anywhere towards me. I don't know whether that was because I changed my location as I was walking. Because I walked from like one side of the car park and to the over, right round to the other side, as I was like basically getting closer to home.
Did you have beginner mode active this whole time? Like, because beginner mode puts a fire or a wall between you and the drone, so you can't run into yourself.
Well, not as I know it. I'm using the Solex app. I haven't messed about with any of the settings.
Right. Well, even in the Solex app, you still have to change it out of beginner to advanced mode. That's why it'll put a geofence around you. It won't allow it to come back to your general location without landing a certain distance away. You know, you gotta go through the settings on Solex.
Well, I mean, it was like probably about at least 30 feet high, and it was just hovering there, and I couldn't do anything.
Yeah, that sounds like a geofence is active.
Is that in the application that it comes there? Is it? I know I've seen you with it, but
I immediately, every drone I get, I just immediately turn on the advanced features. So I really don't know, but what you're explaining to me,
going forward, leaning forward, it should automatically come because it's still only in reverse, right? If the drone is facing you, you're still pressing towards you as long as you're pressing throttle and it's turned around and it's facing you. It seems like it seems to just do not want to get from me over there. It just stops, and then I can only seem to go backwards.
That sounds like an active geofence. That's what that sounds like. You may want to check your temporary.
That's not the cell tower then problem.
I don't. That's why I said I don't know.
You guys were saying, you know, that sometimes cell towers actually enhance the Wi-Fi. I mean, obviously, I might have got this totally wrong. You know, the Wi-Fi signal.
I've never seen one enhance the drone signal.
It was on about the video that you put on yesterday. I missed most of that part of that stream. So
okay, yeah, I've never seen a cell phone tower enhance the video. If you get too close to it, it'll definitely mess with the Wi-Fi. Like, you don't want to get too close to the tower, but I'm talking within 200 feet of the tower.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, like,
yeah,
I'm already going on the opposite direction.
Right, but if you're 1,000 feet away from the tower, it's not going to affect your drone in the way you think it is. The only thing I can think of is that it sounds like it's a geofence that's been activated either by you or by somebody else. Now, I don't know if you know this, but they have Invisidrone. And Invisidrone is designed to be put up by people that don't want their property spied on or don't want drones to be able to access their area. Busch Gardens uses them. Orlando, Florida uses them. They're just these towers that go up and they geofence the entire area. And if drones try to cross that barrier, it just stops.
The whole place.
That's the cool thing.
Have these now. The whole place is like scattered everywhere with these things. And like you were saying, now if you really want to go somewhere, you need to go to somewhere like a beach or somewhere like that. It's costly, and it takes time and effort to get all that gear together. Go and find somewhere remotely where you can just have 20-30 minutes flying time without no distractions.
Right.
And to get that exactly right and worth it and come back home and hope and pray that you've got the footage you wanted. Right. And not always, that doesn't always work, right? Amount of times I've flown the solo, I've got some beautiful footage.
Sure.
And it's been probably they've been the best ones.
This is
the moment I've actually landed it and I've realized, no, I've got no video. I recorded nothing.
That's your next mod then, brother.
I've got that on the when I started off with I know you don't like that, the DJI thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
must admit I've got the Phantom one, which actually, that was me starting one almost, but you know, it worked perfect. I've never really crushed at it, really. But I've got like 3 Phantom 2s, all the different ones with the mods like that. With the gimbal, and how you can change, you know, how you can tap that to the solo.
However, you can actually use the extension port on the bottom of the solo right? So you can tap into this camera and use the functionality of it. So what's interesting is that means I can take a GoPro Hero 4, 5, 6, or 7 now instead of just the GoPro Hero 3 or the GoPro Hero 4. You can use newer cameras with the Solo. So if you thought you were getting good footage with the Hero 4, you just need to build yourself a third-party gimbal system, buy the breakout board, install it on the bottom, and just follow the pinouts. And then all you have to do is go in and change the parameters, which there's a walkthrough for it for the Tower app. You just go in and well, I guess it would be Mission Planner at this point for the flight parameters. But if you do that, that allows you to run, have full gimbal control, just like you normally would, tilt up, tilt down, be able to go into the settings on the app and actually change that on the GoPro Hero 7. So imagine shooting now with the GoPro Hero 7 quality and having super.
I've only got the GoPro 3 Black edition.
Right.
And it says it's still in, and it comes through the HTC One phone that I've got.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see, because I paid for that application, just like you're explaining, it was worth the money, really. Because,
Sure.
you know, another device, it would automatically go in there through your Gmail account, something which you signed up, or whenever you got yourself your phone or whatever device it is set up, you know, the app would automatically be there.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, so I thought, well, okay, I can tilt the camera up and down, I can do all that kind of stuff, right? But when I press the record button, right, yeah, I can see the GoPro light flashing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not knowing whether it's recording it to the SD card in the GoPro or whether it's supposed to be recording it to my phone, right? So, and it's saying it's not recording, but then you can press it again and then it's like to take your snapshot, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And you can hear the shutter speed, so you know that it's taking whatever. You can see the little map at the bottom where it shows you where you are. But it does, and it shows you everything, but it doesn't record it to the device.
Well, that's a lot of that is
Have
firmware.
I got it? Have I got it wrong with the GoPro? Right? You know, wireless or not? Because I've got no Wi-Fi on my phone as like a broadband. I've got no credit on the thing. I just use it for home.
Okay, well, hold on a sec.
For verification codes.
Just give it a.
I don't go anywhere. I live in town, you see.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. It sounds like it's either firmware related or you're using the wrong GoPro Hero 3. You said you have a GoPro Hero 3 Black. That should work with the Solo, but I think
it fits in for perfect.
What firmware is it running though? If the firmware is not correct, it's not going to communicate with the Solo.
I haven't a clue. All I can see is that it's on my screen, and I'm tilting the things up and down and zooming in and out.
All right, when you take your GoPro and you remove it from the gimbal and you turn it on in front of you, there's a little LCD screen, yes?
Yeah. I've got
turn it on.
I've got the back plate as well. So
turn it on and just see what it says. It should say running version 3.1 or running version 3.0. The Solo is meant to work with 3.0 or higher, okay? Up to 5.0 on GoPro Hero 4.
Just might need that.
So all you may have to do is just go to GoPro and update the firmware for the Solo to understand it properly.
From the app.
No, not from the app.
Not the app.
The camera. You would plug it in and go to GoPro's website and make sure that it's 3.0 or higher. Okay, so you're only updating the firmware on the camera. The Solo is only looking to communicate with the firmware because what you're plugging into is basically it's the camera interface, that silver bar in the back of the camera that you plug the screen and stuff into, that plugs into the gimbal on the Solo, and then the HDMI cord plugs into the side of it, right?
It's very simple.
Right. So that slider on the back, that big silver bar that has a bunch of connectors, that's the GoPro interface. If that's not running the right firmware, the app isn't going to understand what the camera's doing. It may understand parts of it, but it won't understand.
Even though that it fits in there flush, it doesn't say that it's not going to work.
It's confused because it's not able to read the firmware.
So one of your videos, and he said, oh, it's not recording, but it was.
Hmm. See, I've never had that issue. I had that issue.
No, I saw you did the video, and it was when it says not recording, but it was. You could see the thing on the bottom where it was counting the seconds, but it said that it was not recording, and you were flying over the lake with a solo.
I think you're talking about the third
You're
party.
outside your place, and you flew right out from the middle of the road.
I think you're talking about the third party camera that I had on there. I don't think that because the solo or the GoPro Hero 4 has always worked with my. I don't think I've ever had an issue with it not working. The only time it didn't work was after I did the update, and then I forgot to pull the battery and put the battery back in. That would have been the only time that it's never not worked properly.
You know, do you think when I press this stop recording, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think I actually turn the camera off a little bit too soon, thinking that it's already on there, right? And or if I just turn it on, I should I have left it a little bit or something? I don't know.
It shouldn't let you turn it off until it's done with the video because it'll say busy if you try to shut it off while it's still processing rendering the footage.
So then it never got anything then.
Well, I don't know. I've never, Andrew. I've never heard of it.
I will work it out one day, Dan.
I've never heard of a situation like yours, man.
I like to self-believe I will work that one out one day.
Well,
as simple as it may be, right? You know,
I would just get a working camera.
I would get out of the door with the thing. You know, if I can get out of the door with the thing, I'll go anyway. I'll give it a try.
I would just get a GoPro Hero 4. That's what you should do. Get a GoPro Hero 4 and stop messing with the toy GoPro Hero 3. It's a toy, man. You got to upgrade.
It's years old. I agree.
Yeah, sell the Hero 3.
It was a good deal 8 years ago. I paid £50 for it, and that day, well, you could still pay that now, right? Or £80 in UK on eBay.
Yeah.
Well, they chuck a few stupid accessories in, but we all throw them away, don't we? I mean, do you see them sport cams, right? They look the business.
Hold on, boys.
They are like. So I had to go and buy one of these things, and I realized that that the connector doesn't fit into the GoPro. Because that thing you're on about where it just fits into the side just flush with the GoPro, and if you was to do it with one of them sports cams, it doesn't have that bit on, does it? It's a different connector.
And that's the thing is you would have to buy the L extension.
Well, either way you look at it, they're crap. Right, them sports cams, right? I've got like 3 or 4 of them things, right? One's 4K, one's supposed to be 1080p. They've all got different back screens on them, right? They all look just, and I did do a little thing with them, but when I do it, and you look if you probably, it just look terrible. I
mean, I don't know. I found some pretty decent.
I did get one for just under £20, and it was really good.
Yep, I've had some decent ones.
And I had a handful of them, and just like you was going on about repeaters, you was buying off eBay, and they'd know the idea between a repeater and a router. That you say, if you remember yesterday, when you was doing that. But they keep on continuously sending you them. Right? But that's because they love you, man. They love you.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they love you. No. Yeah.
I buy my own repeaters and stuff.
Everything. Dan loves this stuff.
All right. You were, Possum, what's up? You were going to say something?
Sorry.
Just, when are you going to be back? We all miss you.
Oh, dude, I have no idea, man. I'm in for. I gotta wait until the 28th because I have to get a CAT scan, and then hopefully the doctor tells me some fun, good stuff that I need to hear.
I've been with you with that that story. I've got, you know, the Claudia Aquinas syndrome, where, you know, your spinal cord goes down to the bottom of your back, right? And it affects me, you know, if I move sudden movements,
Uh-huh.
and it can affect my nerve, and I cannot walk. It affects my legs. I just can't walk.
That sucks, bro.
Yeah, so I have
Wait,
to
you're
be really
paralyzed?
careful. Yeah, and I can be like that for a week before it starts to the numbness to start. I'm trying to get some kind of sensation there, and
Hmm.
you know how much of a nightmare that can be. Just trying to go to the toilet and stuff like that. You know, it's not worth. You don't want to think about that kind of thing, but sometimes these things do enter your life.
Oh, trust me. I've
And
had
I see your story there, and I'm like, you know, I sympathize with you. I really do on so many things. I'm like, man, this guy seems to know, like, he likes everything that I do. And I'm like, how's that possible? You know, but yeah, and we have the same things where I'm in the UK, you're in the US, and like everything seems to come smashing down with the drone thing.
right.
And it's like I saw a guy, which you know, the DJI guy, right? He's got the drone pilot thing on, and he's got all the things on. He's flying the Phantom over the town centre. Yeah,
Hmm.
and he's got the thing on, and he's like, and he's got this woman there, and he's reckoning he's out. He's actually a drone pilot for DJI, which I don't think that's practically impossible, you know, in the UK that they would do such a thing with him.
Yeah.
And I goes to him, I says, right, because it's unusual to see, yeah. You just don't walk through town, and if I hear that noise in the air, I know it's a drone,
Right.
yeah. So automatically, I looked up, and there's a guy. There's the drone, right? And I'm
Hmm.
like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm fascinated. I want to see what he's doing. Yeah. So he's like, you know, he's piloting the thing, you know, and he's going. I think he's surveying, you know, and that thing was up for probably about 15, 20 minutes. I thought, well, you know what? I'm sat there, right, and he's saying, I can't speak to you because of DJI. All right, you have to speak to them. Huh? Well, look, I'm just asking you, are you running that on manual mode or on GPS mode? Right? And he wouldn't answer that. He just said, contact DJI. I thought, well, that's not a response to me.
That's illegal.
But he has all the kit on there. He's got all the things. So I guess, and he looks professional. And the girl that was with him, so. But you can't see that DJI would, you know, take the responsibility. I think
Right.
that'd be a private manufacturer or something like that. I can't see that even working, to be honest.
No clue, my man.
I know I'm losing you, aren't I?
Oh, you're good. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm getting text messages from the girlfriend. She's ready to go shopping, so
Oh yeah, you were.
I gotta shut this down here.
I mean, I will take a video of my thing and I'll send you a link of what it was like, and I'll show you where I get stuck.
Okay. I'm down. I'll check it out, man. Post
Yeah,
it.
do you want me to do that? I can when I go out with it, as soon as I can.
Yeah, we
And
can
then
do that.
I'll do a video and come on at some point when you're on live,
Right.
and I'll share it with you.
Actually, if you pop in here when we do it next, I'll go ahead and just share it with everybody so we can have a look at what's going on.
And then you can make your own consumptions up, or
Sure.
tell me whatever best thing, maybe, or what is maybe happening, maybe.
We can do that. I'm down for troubleshooting.
Share that, and all right, possum. Anyway, yeah, you look like a possum.
There you go. You look like a possum.
Little possum. Right, okay, then. Anyway, nice speaking to you. Right, when I go yeah.
You got it, man.
Yeah, if you want to see a possum, I can show you a possum right now.
I've got to have God on my side when I go out and do this, right? Yeah, just think about that one, right? Yeah, I will be keeping my fingers crossed, and I will be using my thumbs. You know,
The carpal tunnel.
I'm not a pincher.
You're not a pincher.
I'm not gonna get that tunnel canal thing, you know.
Be careful that carpal tunnel, bro.
Carpal tunnel.
Don't get carpal tunnel. It's painful.
You learn something new every day.
Hey, that's the idea.
Who should I go?
We do this. All right, guys. Everybody in chat, thank you for stopping in. Everybody in chat, I have got to do some shopping with the girlfriend here. We're getting ready to head out. I only had 20 minutes when I first checked on her, and she's allowed me to stay 10 minutes over my time frame. So I'm rolling. I got to go. Possum, thanks for
All
coming in. Andrew, thanks for being a part of this. Broken Quad, Mr. Steven, rock out with your, thing out. You know how that works. And Mike Kong, everybody else, thank you for being a part of this stream here. Like I said, these are almost done. If you guys need a 3DR Solo battery mod, these will be $40 a piece. These, I almost have 4 of them done and almost ready to be sent out. So if you guys want one, they're $40 a piece plus shipping, and we will get that squared away and figured out. I believe Mr. Gregory Hall has probably claimed 1 or 2 of them already, so I think there might be 2 available still, and we will go from there. Thank you for hanging there, Floyd. It was good to have you in here as well. And as Possum is so generously saying right now, don't forget to smash the like button and show DW some support. And maybe if you're feeling it, hit up Possum Pranks.
Oh yeah, maybe if you're feeling it. Yeah, maybe if you're feeling it, come back to the club.
He screwed up though. This whole time Possum has been forgetting to type in the comment section. So unfortunately, nobody knows how to get to his channel unless they look him up like that. Yes. So there you go.
Shouldn't be that hard. Except one thing, guys. You see this little underscore right here? Don't have that. It's just a little thing I put in for the
So
StreamYard.
Possum Pranks, all one word. Possum Pranks, space.
Nope, Possum. Yeah, space Possum Pranks.
There you go. All right, guys. We're out of here. Even though we just jumped back up to 16 viewers, I still got to roll. 17 viewers. Oh my gosh, everybody decided to come in right now. I gotta go. I'm sorry. I love y'all. Thanks for being supportive. Don't forget to smash the like button. I gotta do some shopping. I'll see you guys on the flip.
Smash that like button if you want Dan to get better.
Oh yeah, dude, that would be awesome. I wish it was that easy. Everybody just smash that like button and be solved after surgery. That would be totally cool. Totally cool.
Smash the like button to smash Dan's pain.
Whew. Now we're talking. All right, y'all. To view.
See y'all tomorrow.